This is Jana Kramer from Wind Down with Jana Kramer. Every Mother's Day, I tell myself I'm going to be more thoughtful than flowers because flowers are beautiful, but they don't last. In my house, everyone always ends up in the kitchen, friends, family, the kids, and I love having things around that spark conversation and feel special. That's why I love the Lennox Spice Village, and your mom will too. It's a set of 24 hand-painted little houses that are actually spice jars, and I swear people notice it the second they walk in. It's charming, it's nostalgic, and it somehow makes even everyday cooking feel a little more fun. And here's the best part. It actually gets used every day. Whether you're starting the full set or helping her complete one she's loved for years, there's a whole world of Spice Village to explore. This Mother's Day, give her something she'll treasure long after the card is put away. Trust me, once you see it, you'll want one too. Find the full collection at lennox.com/spicevillage.
This is Jacob Goldstein from What's Your Problem? When you buy business software from lots of vendors, the costs add up and it gets complicated and confusing. Odoo solves this. It's a single company that sells a suite of enterprise apps that handles everything from accounting to inventory to sales. Odoo is all connected on a single platform in a simple and affordable way. You can save money without missing out on the features you need. Check out Odoo at odoo.com. That's odoo.com.
Support for the show comes from Public, the investing platform for those who take it seriously. On Public, you can build a multi-asset portfolio of stocks, bonds, options, crypto, and now generated assets, which allow you to turn any idea into an investable index with AI. It all starts with your prompt. From renewable energy companies with high free cash flow to semiconductor suppliers growing revenue over 20% year over year, you can literally type any prompt and put the AI to work. It screens thousands of stocks, builds a one-of-a-kind index, and lets you backtest it against the S&P 500. Then you can invest in a few clicks. Generated assets are like ETFs with infinite possibilities, completely customizable and based on your thesis, not someone else's. Go to public.com/podcast and earn an uncapped 1% bonus when you transfer your portfolio. That's public.com/podcast. Paid for by Public Investing. Brokerage services by Open to the Public Investing Inc. Member FINRA and SIPC. Advisory services by Public Advisors LLC, SEC registered advisor. Generated assets is an interactive analysis tool. Output is for informational purposes only and is not an investment recommendation or advice. Complete disclosures available at public.com/disclosures.
Tax season has arrived, and doing taxes without the right help can feel overwhelming. Intuit TurboTax is here now to guide you through it with confidence. Match with a TurboTax full-service expert who handles everything for you from start to finish. Your dedicated expert checks every single deduction and credit to help you get the best possible outcome so you can feel confident you're getting every dollar you deserve. And the best part? You'll see real-time updates on your expert's progress right on your phone while you live your life. Plus, you get unlimited expert help at no extra cost, even on nights and weekends during tax season. Visit TurboTax.com. Only available with TurboTax full-service experts. Real-time updates only on iOS mobile app.
You ever get the feeling the city walls closing in, the concrete jungle suffocating your soul? You crave wide open spaces, the chance to connect with nature, maybe chase some elk, fish a private stream. Well, listen up. There's a whole world out there, and finding your own piece of it just got easier. Head over to land.com. They've got ranches, forest, mountains, you name it. Search by acreage, location, the kind of hunting or fishing you dream of. Land.com. It's where the adventure begins.
Reminiscence a mission this day and age. Kelly and Thelma, and we're turning the page. We're talking family matters. It's about those times. Telling what happened. Read between the lines. Come on by with Kelly and me. Welcome to the family. Take us out, Kelly. Woo!
Welcome to the family, y'all. I'm Thelma.
And I'm Kelly.
And in the 90s, we both starred in a little sitcom called Family Matters.
Today, we rewatched the last episode of season 1, which is called Rock Video.
Girl, I cannot believe it's the last episode. I'm a little sad. I mean, I don't want to think about it yet. But before we start, what's up, birthday girl?
Hey! 50 years old.
50? I can't even believe it. And I've known you since you're 11. And I'm still 50. I don't know how that's working out. But girl, what a great time we had celebrating you. Oh, it was just wonderful. Your husband, I can't even talk about him ever
Child.
in a bad way ever again. I can't listen to you doing it
You never
either.
do, and that's why it's hard dealing with him after
shut
you
up.
leave town.
Oh, really? Anyway, what a great night that was.
Yeah.
And I was so worried that you weren't going to be surprised. I mean, that was my main thing, because you know how nosy you are. I figured you'd figure something out. But your face when you walked in that door was priceless.
Men, they don't understand that you can, it's like even the slightest thing, you begin to know their behavior, like with your husband.
Yeah.
I couldn't sense anything. That's the weird thing.
Girl, and he was back and forth with everybody.
I know people are like, he's been planning this for months and months. I'm like, oh, I must be slipping.
Girl, he did a fabulous job. I mean, I could tell you were shocked.
Yeah.
Just such a sweet moment. But just the whole thing was just so beautiful and so well done. And so many people love you. It was just one of the most fun parties. Congratulations.
And thank you so much for coming.
Girl.
I wasn't expecting it. You blessed my whole soul.
Oh, girl, and you let it out. I mean, I had to post it because you can't even see my face. All you see is you. But I just love the fact that you were so shocked. And it was so great to see Sean. He was upset because people were calling him Waldo, though. I cracked up at that, but they still call me Aunt Rachel. I swear I took pictures with everybody in your house, it seemed like. The photographers.
The people were excited to see you.
It was fun. It was fun. And so many people talked about the podcast. That just blessed me. I mean, they really enjoy us. They really are enjoying the podcast. And that was just wonderful. Even when you dropped me off at the airport, and I was going through some of the people, I stopped at the store and got, juice and all that. And they were talking about it. I had to take pictures with all of them. It was just great. Even the lady behind the counter came out from behind the counter to tell me about it. So it was great. So anyway, that's my what's up, girl. What up with you, Miss 50-year-old?
Our what up girl is the same what up girl because I was so excited to see you. But mostly my new what up girl is, I guess, I love getting older because now I get to say what I want to say, just like the old people. Listen.
Talk about it now. Talk about it.
You asked me my opinion, honey. I'm not holding, but you know how you like, I'm going to take the high road. I'm going to say the polite thing. Now, I ain't saying no polite nothing. Now I'll tell you exactly what I feel.
Well,
just like how you talk about your grandmother's birthday.
But I got to tell you, Kelly, you ain't been far off of that since you was 12. So I don't even know.
Well, now I got the age to back me up.
Now, today's episode was Season 1, Episode 22, Rock Video, where Eddie and his band want to enter a music video contest, and Eddie ends up hogging the spotlight. Why am I not surprised? Now, it was directed by our friend that we talked to in our last episode, Rich Carell.
Hey, kiddo.
It was written by Jeff Gordon and Gordon Lewis, the Gordons. And it aired Friday, April 27th, 1990, like 400 years ago. Speaking of music videos, what was playing on the radio when this episode came out?
Well, for practically what seemed like an entire season, we talked about Babyface having the #1 R&B album with Tender Lover. This was his last week of reign before the top spot was taken over by the following week by drumroll, please. MC Hammer, too legit to quit. Hammer, please don't hurt him.
The #1 song on the U.S. Billboard charts was still Nothing Compares to You by Sinead O'Connor, which, as many of you know, was written by Prince, one of the most iconic rock stars in the history of music. Now, that's a great segue into this episode because Eddie's trying to be a superstar one-man band just like our hero Prince. So let's get into it.
Wait a minute.
What, girl?
I have tea to spill.
Oh, spill it, girl.
We've got a very special guest joining later. We've been waiting all season to talk to him. It's my TV brother and lifelong friend, Mr. Darius McCrary.
Yes. You know, I'm excited to catch up with my nephew, too. But let's not jump the gun here. What happened in this episode? Let's just get started there.
Okay, so there's one last Urkel cold open for the season, and Carl and Laura are packing up camping supplies after getting back from a family trip.
Now, I have to ask, because Fobro is wanting to call BS on black people camping in 1990. Now, Kelly, did your family ever go camping? Any families you knew?
Never.
Listen to this. he's talking about the show, but he actually did go camping with a family that lived down the street from us in Vegas when he was a kid. He had never been camping. I had never sent him camping. And P.S., they were white. So that probably wouldn't have happened once I got here.
Call me every 5 minutes. What's going on?
I didn't care. They were great people. They still are. I said, take him and be gone at once.
And they're talking about how nice the trip was, but with no interruptions from a certain annoying neighbor. Of course, Steve barges in on cue.
Hi, Laura, my little sweet potato. Did you think of me while you were gone?
Yeah, every time I use the bug spray. See, this is what I'm talking about.
That was totally mean.
And it was totally you.
It was.
Then we see what Pamela Els calls a Rich Carell sight gag with Steve accidentally pulling the ripcord on the inflatable boat. We were still not getting all that exaggerated.
Did I do that?
I noticed it was so muted.
It was so muted back then still.
So moving on to the latest edition of Carl Thinks He Can Do Things Better and Cheaper Than the Professional.
Lord.
This time he's doing taxes.
Child, everybody in the whole family should be nervous anytime Carl starts doing anything. I mean, well, I can't even talk about Rachel because she's right up there with him. I mean, haven't we learned enough in this season? Even his mother doesn't want him to do the taxes. Her own son, although she's willing for her other son to do the taxes, which I thought was hysterical.
And Laura and Judy stay far away from her. Not without a little side-eye, though.
Especially from Judy. That girl could give some side-eye.
Baby.
You know what? You already looked older than you did at the start of season 1 by this time.
Really?
So how long did it take to film season 1? Was it 1 episode per week for 22 weeks? Didn't we have a week off somewhere in there?
Right. We taped for 3 weeks and then we were off for a week.
Okay. So I can't count that high. So that's how long it took. But anyway, unfortunately for Carl, Harriet told Eddie he could let his band practice in the living room. Then, of course, we cut to the living room where the band is practicing. And Mother Winslow is straight getting her groove on.
Man, she sure was. She is getting it.
She really is.
If it ain't loud, it ain't rock and roll. Her line readings were everything.
Oh, my gosh. She was the best at that. Her dancing was on point, too. I got to say, she was swinging them hips and carrying. I was like, how old is she again in this episode? She was doing her thing.
She used to be a dancer when she was younger, too, remember?
Yeah, well, she was still a dancer while she was older. But now Eddie and his friends are entering a music video competition. Now, if they win, they get $1,000 and a spot on MTV. Of course, we know who thinks of himself as the band leader, which doesn't seem to vibe as well with the rest of the band.
So he hires Aunt Rachel to write a script for the video, but tells her that it needs to be hip. So he ain't hip if he using the word hip.
And he ain't hip because he ain't smart enough not to use Rachel, who's always getting them in trouble.
Right.
I mean, Carl and Rachel are responsible for most of the disasters that the family faced the whole first season.
Every single week. What, did you take offense to that?
No, it was my honor, actually.
I could tell. So Steve shows up with an accordion and wants to join the band, of course.
Of course.
And this is another example of how Steve is becoming more and more popular. And his physical comedy is, again, stellar with his movements and facial expressions while playing the accordion.
Now, we know he's not actually playing the accordion any more than I play the piano or the saxophone. And it turns...
Yes, he was.
Was he?
No, I'm just messing with you. Go ahead.
Girl. Anyway, turns out that Rodney broke the camera that they were going to use, so Steve's AV club connections come in handy, and Eddie decides to let him be the cameraman.
Anyway, you wrote a script, but it's way out of their budget, which was $20.
I was really upset about not being able to use that idea that involved a camel.
Aunt Rachel's vision was always over the top. It was like a Michael Jackson video.
As far as I was concerned, in my head. But of course, the other band members have some ideas. But Eddie, being the wonderful person that he is, pulls Steve aside and pitches the video starring just himself. Ain't that just like him?
Of course. And the rest of the family does not mince words. The video was bad, or as Laura said, it stunk.
Yeah, we had to watch it all the way through. And it was just him doing feet, doing his face, doing the guitar. I mean, it was just him. And I'm upset I mean, why do I keep, I really think I'm Aunt Rachel, don't I? That's pitiful.
Yes.
Anyway, Aunt Rachel is upset that Eddie didn't use her script. So her comment about the videos, if it ain't on the page, it ain't on the stage. That's an old showbiz term, you know.
You always say that.
Yep, I do. I don't even know where it came from. I don't even know how it got in the script. Maybe I heard it the first time there. It's been so long, you know. My memory is a little faulty these days.
That's not true. Okay, so back to the B plot. In a shocking turn of events, Carl's having trouble with the taxes.
And of course, you know, Harriet had to go behind Carl's back and ask his brother to do their taxes, just like he always did before Carl decided it was his turn. So speaking of going behind her husband's back, is that something you would do, Kelly?
I plead the fifth.
I
Because,
would.
yes, every single day.
Every chance you get,
This house would be on 2 sticks if I didn't do it. Hannibal has a very specific idea of how he likes things done. And so then it's my job to support the rest of it. He has no ideas how it gets done, which is why I have to do my own thing in the background.
But he thinks he's a big part of it getting done, I'm sure.
And you got to let him think it. He does his part well, so
Yeah.
I just fill in the rest.
Yeah. But Carl is mad about it when he finds out that Harriet has gone behind his back and gone to his brother until, of course, he finds out they got a $700 refund. So that wraps that up pretty quick.
Right. So then Carl has a heart-to-heart with Eddie about the video. Now, were we on the porch?
Nope. It happens in the garage this time.
Okay. So Eddie learns what it means to be in a band. Unfortunately for him, his band members have already quit and moved on.
Of course, when Carl found Eddie in the garage with Steve and asked for a moment alone, this cracked me up. Steve assumed Carl wanted to talk to him. Carl had to reiterate, no, you. And of course, he then decides to destroy the garage on his way out. I mean, he went every way but left. And then the last move, he literally rolled upside down and disappeared in the corner. Girl, right. I was laughing so hard. He is so talented when it comes to that physical comedy, man. They sure know they were right on point with him.
Did you love that line, though?
Excuse
me, I forgot my tripod, but just keep bonding. So he was so freaking cute. It's insane.
Yeah.
So then Carl suggests that the family help Eddie with his new video for the contest. And as an apology for making the first video without her, Eddie asked Aunt Rachel to write the lyrics for the new video. And boy, did you.
Yes, I did. Now, at the end, the family gathers around the TV, and to everyone's surprise, except Aunt Rachel, they win the contest. The
Yes.
Rappin' Winslows made such a cool video, especially for the time. I mean, come on, Rich Carell. It's really in the style of an 80s rap video.
I don't know if you remember that, but you really had a lot to do with a lot of the stuff that happened in that episode.
I do not remember. I'm old. Tell me about it. What did I do?
Well, I mean, because obviously you had come up in Motown, and I mean, so we all leaned on your advice about how to, what needs to be involved in the video, like how to sing and dance at the same time, and the choreography that needed to go on. Rich should have shared some directing credit with you that episode.
He sure did a great job. I mean, those shots that he was giving us from up above and from the feet up and all that,
Right.
He was doing the doggone thing.
But he leaned on you a lot. We all did. To tell us, like, what should we include, like how we should. I mean, you just were, like, really helpful to all of us.
Thank
because
you.
none of us had really had that experience.
I don't remember, but I'm pleased and honored to have been a huge part of the video, the making
You
of
had
the
such a
video.
big impact on me. Who are you?
Right.
Right. Terrible.
Oh, man.
I also think that it's pretty ironic that all season they have you doing everything under the sun, including stuffing envelopes, collecting cans.
Don't forget, I remade a car.
Correct. You done rehab the car. You was a mechanic and everything else, and you were horrible. But when it came to the singing, you done tore the house down. So how did we always skip the major win that you had? I'm not saying that you were completely inept at everything else.
You kind of are.
But you were completely inept at everything else.
See, this is what I mean. And you would have said that at 12. But I think it was just a matter of not going for the obvious, to save that for later. because that would have been the obvious place to go, but not as much fun as seeing me tear the house down, tear up a car. I think it was more fun to have me be a fumble bum. Carol needed somebody else to take the pressure off other than Steve, because he had his own thing. So we were kind of the house wreckers. And I love that. I mean, it was so much fun. Anyway, you guys sing backup and dance. Carl and Harriet rap, and Aunt Rachel sings the lyrical interludes. And wait a minute. Mother Winslow is the DJ.
Baby.
Child, stop it with her.
Talk about being game.
Oh, my God.
Because when you see like somebody, like somebody who's playing a grandmother, they're usually like a sage in the corner, like just giving. Baby, she was in it. She was dancing, rapping, doing everything that we were doing.
To see her actually moving her hands like she was really DJing just cracked me up. It was so good.
Did she have fun? I know you guys were really close. Did she have fun?
Oh, my God. She loved the show. She was made to feel so special. She never got over that, how she was just loved. And I mean, She was so well taken care of. And it was what I knew that Bob and Tom would do. I knew that they would give her flowers while she was there. Right. And she certainly got them. But she was so, so, so happy to be a part of that show. She just loved it. She loved us. She loved her role. She loved how she got to nurture everyone. And she loved the silliness of it all, because she didn't get to do that all the time. She was, even on Give Me a Break, she was the mom. She was a serious character. On our show, she got to be as silly as we did. And I think she really appreciated that.
Good.
Well, I got to say, all of us did have some moves. And like I said before, you and Judy were doing the doggone thing. And Darius, of course, he was trying to do his best impression of Bobby Brown. Now, you said you hated to be in scenes where you had to dance. You were good, girl.
No, I wasn't.
Yes, you were. You did everything that was required. You were good.
I'll take it. But, I hated to do that kind of stuff. Because then you have to go back to school with your real friends, and then they see you doing those moves, and they'll roast you.
Well, you stayed in L.A. enough where they had time to forget that you had done it. And your friends loved you anyway. You still got the same
Maybe my friends, but not my cousins, because they still laughing.
Well, their family is always going to rag on you. You know that.
But what I really want to stop on is that in this episode, they really got a chance to highlight your singing voice, which I know you steered away from in a lot of your acting roles.
Yeah.
Just like on Give Me a Break, you didn't really.
No, we ended up singing. I don't think I ever did a show that I didn't end up singing at least a song on or doing something musical. But now let's talk about Darius, because that boy's got some talents too. I mean, seriously. Yeah. He's got some talents. Now, do you remember whether did we record the track on stage? I don't think we went to a studio, did we?
We didn't. And those days, baby, it was on the run. It was guerrilla style, filming. Baby, get it while you can.
Well, Richard Carell got it.
Right.
He had some concepts going on while he was doing this. So, hooray to you, Mr. Carell. You did a wonderful job.
So how about some funky facts?
Okay. Let's take a look at some of the show's accomplishments in the first season.
The show reached number 39 in the network TV ratings for the season, with an average of about 14 to 16 million viewers per week. This shows that the show was gaining momentum even before the Urkel phenomenon took hold, and it already was a mainstay and would later become one of the most well-known programming blocks in TV history, with ABC's TGIF lineup with Full House and Purple Strangers.
Yes. Here's something interesting. At the 1990 Young Artist Awards, Darius was nominated for Best Young Actor starring in a television series. Now, he lost to Neil Patrick Harris for Doogie Howser, but come on now. That was some pretty tough competition, and he was right up there with it.
Oh, yeah. The show was also nominated for Best New Television Series, but lost to Major Dad.
And Randy Jocelyn, who played Eddie's friend Rodney, was nominated for Best Young Actor guest starring in a television series, and actually ended up winning. Okay, there you go.
Well, he did his thing.
But we really did well for our first season, I say.
Oh, yes, totally. I can't wait any longer. I miss my brother.
Well, let's bring him on then.
All right, y'all. Today feels like a reunion.
A real family reunion. Because when you spend that many years growing up together on a set, those relationships just don't go away.
That's right. We grew up together in front of America. He played the cool one, the charming one, the one always getting into something.
And let's not forget the one we had to keep in line every now and then. So it's pretty much like real life. I mean, he's worked so much, I couldn't even write down everything that he had done. He played Malcolm Winters on Young and the Restless. He played Truck Thomas in the miniseries Kingpin. On Star, ooh, you were so ugly on Star. Ooh, I hated you on Star. He played Otis Leakin. On Kingdom Come, he was Roy Slocum. On 15 Minutes with a little-known actor by the name of Robert De Niro, his name was Tommy Cullen. Mississippi Burning, he was Aaron Williams. And on Big Shots, he was Scam.
You know him as Eddie Winslow from Family Matters. We know him as family.
Darius
McCrary.
Hi, nephew.
Hey, Auntie.
How you doing, baby?
What up?
Hey, sis.
Okay.
You know what it is.
And she's off.
Hey, look, they don't understand. Look, Kelly, out of the whole crew, Kelly the gangster. They don't understand. What? You are a gangster. You the one. Like for real. If I was in trouble, I'd be like, you know what? I'll be right back. I'm going to get my sister for you. That's what I tell her.
Yeah, she's a tough one. I'm a little scared of her myself. Just a little bit.
Cut it out. Both of y'all. I love you.
I love you more. And thank you for that amazing intro, Auntie. And you know what? You mentioned 15 minutes. I have to give props to the legendary, amazing Kelsey Grammer, who was a part of that cast.
Was he? You know, I worked with Kelsey on Partners with Martin Lawrence. He is amazing.
You've worked with everybody. You are so amazing.
Tried.
Before we start this, I got to give you your flowers.
Because give them to me later. Take me to dinner.
No, I want you to have. Okay, I want that. I do. That would be awesome.
But I got to ask you, what was it like to work with Robert De Niro, child?
It was amazing. It was a great experience. It was something that I've taken with me, and it's added to my foundation as an entertainer based on the fact that he was just so authentic and just natural with everything that he did. I'll never forget the first time that I did meet him. I very rarely get starstruck, except for there's a few times I can remember one meeting you for the first time. Obviously, I was blown away. I mean, you are royalty.
Oh, baby, thank you.
No, you really are. You really are. And I'm not just saying this because we family, but you are one of our national treasures as a Black entertainer, as a pioneer. I mean, you've done it all. You've gone from music, singing on songs like I Heard It Through the Grapevine. I mean, come on.
I got some good credits.
I mean, to give me a break, which, I mean, we all grew up on, coming up, I mean, which was amazing. I saw something on that recently. I mean, you just done it all. So, but yeah, I was starstruck when I met Robert De Niro, and I'll never forget, sometimes, which is very rarely happens, I find myself at a loss for words. I said to him, we were over at a craft service at the table read. Robert De Niro, I walk over and I found myself, and I don't know how this happens to me. Kelly always teases me about this. I usually know what to say. I'm really cool. I can just like say something and something rolls off my tongue. And so I just looked at Robert De Niro, and he was standing there and he was looking at me, and he said, "Hey kid, how you doing?" And I was like,
You talking to me?
Whoa, that is what I did. You're talking to me? I said, you. When he looked over at me and he starts putting his cream cheese on his bagel, and he goes, "Not you too, kid. You too?" I felt so dumb. And he said, he patted me on my shoulder and said, "You're going to be all right. Let's get this done. You'll be all right."
How old were you when this happened, when you were doing this film?
Let me see. I was around 22 years old.
Do you understand the kind of chops you have to be sitting down with a Robert De Niro and Kelsey Grammer? I mean, you've always had talent up the butt. I'm not just trying to be funny. That is just amazing to be a part of a cast like that at that age. At any age.
It means the world coming from you.
Child.
First, let me say that. No, seriously. And from Kelly, because Kelly, she ain't giving you no credit unless you earn it.
No, she's hard. She's hard.
How would you know?
Oh, see? Y'all think that she's so sweet and everything. That girl is just like you
sweet.
saw on TV.
Only crazy when provoked.
No,
you must stay provoked.
You only sweet to Mr. Jackson, okay? And he only gets it when he's nasty.
Darius.
Uh-oh.
Listen. Get on here and act right?
Child,
don't cut up.
He's gonna cut up.
He's provoking me. So back to you.
Okay.
So now we're going to go back to the beginning. Some of the people know that you, before Family Matters even started, you appeared in Mississippi Burning, and you were also the co-lead in Big Shots.
Yes.
And you were only 11 years old, right?
9. I was 9.
Yeah, he was 9.
Oh, really?
I was
9 years old.
How did you get into the business? When did you start?
How did you even, you had an agent, obviously.
No, I didn't. I didn't at first.
Really?
I never really wanted to do this. This was not.
Really?
Yeah.
And now explain that to me.
Because we took a SAT prep class together.
Yeah, we did.
And the moment the teacher met him, we were learning the words. They call him Gregarious Darius. Gregarious is one of the words.
It's only because it rhymed.
And true. Do you think I'm like the biggest personality I think I've ever met? Do you think that's what people saw? Is that why your parents put you in it?
It's such a blessing and a curse. So I was blessed to be on set with my dad because, y'all know I come from an entertainment family, the McCrarys. Mm-hmm. But I was on set with him and I was on stage with him, which is where I was discovered in the theater. My dad was doing a play which he co-wrote the music with a guy who I call Uncle Peanut, Uncle Marvin Winans. They wrote the music together for a play called Don't Get God Started. And Chip Fields was the star of that play. And she's the one who actually discovered me. And you're right, Kelly, it was because of my personality. I was backstage. I was all over the place. I was hanging. I wouldn't leave Auntie Chip alone. I would follow her around. I wanted to know why she was doing what she was doing. And she just was like, you were really something else. And her and my mom were really tight. And she told my mom, she said, I got an opportunity for him. If you want him to do it, there's this role. They're looking for this kid and he fits the description perfectly. And this is the funny part of the story. My mom was like, well, I'm not doing it. You can take him if you want to, but I'm not going to waste my time with him. Because my mom, y'all know me.
Yes,
Shout out
we
to
know.
you, Mom.
We know Shay.
She's very much like Kelly. She's very much, they from the same tribe. No nonsense, and they will cut you.
I'm only crazy when provoked.
Go on, Darius.
Go on.
So prior to this, there was an opportunity, because as you all know, the circles back then that you were in is how you were promoted. You had to know somebody. My mom had some great friends, and one of our friends was Miss Brissett. The Brissett family, the mother of Tiffany Brissett, who was on a show called Small Wonder.
Okay.
She played the robot, Vicky the robot.
Oh,
okay. So we were all hanging out. And so Miss Brissett felt the same way about me. She asked my mom, you think that he would ever want to, do anything? I mean, his personality, is just so outgoing. It seems like he could do this. And so my mom was like, yeah, sure. So we have set up this interview because, you remember you had to actually interview before you had the opportunity to actually, because they wanted to see if you were capable, what your personality was like, right? So I'll never forget, they set up this opportunity for me and I blew it. I clammed up, didn't talk. Oh my God. Yeah, Kel.
Oh my gosh.
And my mom, she was pissed. Back then, that opportunity, you didn't get that. So my mama was like, boy, and you a McCrary, I will beat the black off of you. Are you kidding me? Like, nah, she didn't let that go. So Auntie Chip asked her, she was like, you could do that, but I'm not fooling with him. And she meant that.
Oh my gosh.
And Auntie Chip was like, well, what happened? And she told her the story. And she was like, don't worry about it. I got it. And she coached me all the way up until I got that role. And I'll never forget, once she got me the role, they flew me to Chicago. I mean, Kelly, was very much like the casting process for you on Family Matters, right? I mean, you coming from the East Coast and you having the theater background. For me, I had no experience. I mean, as far as being in front of the camera, and she coached me all the way to my screen test. I mean, literally.
And Chip is great. She's great.
One of the greats. Another one who we got to give her flowers.
Absolutely.
I mean, a pioneer, opened so many doors for so many black actors.
Yeah.
But what was so funny about this, and I'm bringing all this up because this is how green I was. In the audition, I said to the producers and the director, they were like, that was great, Darius. And I said, you want me to do it again? They said, you'll have to do it again. I said, okay, so does that mean I got the role?
Of course you did.
I did. I sure did, Kels. And I meant it. And they looked at each other. They all agreed. They said, "Yes, Darius, you got the role. This role is yours."
Wow. I mean, and that was a starring role.
I mean, in a feature film at that. And I'll never forget the feeling that I had. I was like, yeah, now what, Mom? Inside. I was like,
oh my God, how quickly we get that big head.
I'm like, I'm back. And then from there, we went to Mississippi Burning. And after I got
that was so good.
How did that come about? Because, I mean, that was like a really great movie.
Well, at that point, I had an agent. Chip was able to give me an agent. After we finished Big Shots, the agent sent me Mississippi Burning, which is another crazy experience because Alan Parker, rest in peace, brilliant director, visionary that he was, he took a liking to me. So I had to go and see him. And shout out to the casting directors. It's such a lost art in this era. Who actually took the time to meet you in person and to coach you and to work with you when they saw something in you.
That doesn't happen anymore. You got to tape yourself, do the audition, and then get rejected.
So true.
I'm so happy to find out that the Academy Awards finally made that a category.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. It's just like for me, one of my favorite parts of the whole process is hair, makeup, and wardrobe. You know, because when you really have a real character, like when I was blessed to play James Brown on American Soul, because Robbie Reed really believed in me. And I'll never forget that. There have been times that I've talked to Robbie about certain roles and I'd be like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I don't see this. And she'd be like, that's why I do it. I do, and that's why you do it. You do. You're gonna go and be brilliant. And I'm sitting here thinking in my head, I'm a foot taller than James Brown. How am I gonna pull this off? You know? And she just knew that I could do it. And I'll never forget when I went into wardrobe and I had that fitting and I was like, nah, he wear this. I was like, and this, because, you know, I'm a James Brown fanatic. Y'all know I love all those guys. Got a great James Brown story because of my dad. I knew it. I put the scarf around my neck. And then when I went to hair, I said, I got to have a pony. I got to have a pony. What a pony, man.
You may have to explain that, Darius.
Right.
The hands about the soul.
Got to have your finger waves, too.
Finger waves. And he, you know, and I put that perm on. And he came to life.
Isn't it amazing how that can happen, too? I mean, you just really start embodying that character.
Yeah. And that's what I try to do with everything that I do. And I think back to Mississippi Burning, that's what happened. My mom, she took me on a trip to where she was born in New Orleans. And I went and sat down and talked to my great grandmother, you know, who was one generation removed from slavery. And I talked to them about a lot of the issues that you know that they faced and what they were dealing with. And because one of the things that people don't talk about, a skilled actor really understands. And I learned this by getting fired because I couldn't make the transition coming from Mississippi Burning to a show called Designing Women. I actually got fired from because I didn't know. I mean, okay, this is a sitcom. Now I have to speak up and be funny and pay attention to timing. And I just was running from my farm being attacked by Klansmen and my family almost getting killed and the church being burned down. And now you want me to show up and be funny with some women that are Southern belles. I didn't know what to do because I was kind of stuck in that. Yeah, and I was able to get it. And then came Family Matters.
Talk about that process. How did you get hired for that?
Yeah, how did you?
So by that time, I wasn't really working with the agent because we got to remember the time period. And this is how when you know your path is destined and aligned with purpose, this is when I knew because I would have conversations with my father. And he would say some pretty deep things to me growing up. He talked to me about my ancestors and my purpose at 7 years old, 6 years old, and how they're all with me, and some of the things that happen for me are not basically because of me. We talk about spirituality early on, really deep stuff, kind of Lion King-esque, if you would. And I would seek certain opportunities because there was a certain period where after those projects, I really didn't work too much, but because my family was in the business and because my dad and having all those friends and relationships, they were able to keep me working. So I would do roles on shows like Amen. So then I would do like stuff like What's Happening, these little spots. But my mom realized she had the foresight to understand that coming from these movies back in the day, it was such a big thing. How long could you be a child actor in movies that would have roles of significance. How many roles are they writing where a little black kid is the star of something? So coming from being the star of a feature film, Big Shots, and then trying to carry that and find a film that you could carry or find a role that would be significant enough for you to stay relevant, was a challenge. And so Family Matters came. And the audition process, it was interesting, but because they put that cast together strategically. I mean, knowing what they wanted to do and not having somebody like Bill Cosby to build a show around. Because people always make a comparison between us and the Cosby Show. You can't, because at the end of the day, they had Bill Cosby. I mean, the show could have been about a dad who was a garbage man. The show could have been about a dad who was a criminal, who was a hustler. And it would have worked because it was Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby.
I mean, and NBC, they put the network pretty much on his back.
That's true.
I mean, so we were coming from a different place, so they had to use certain elements. So, we know having you and having Rosetta,
and having Joe Marie and Reggie.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because Reggie was hot.
Crocodile Dundee. I mean, I remember coming on. I was like, wow, that's Gus from the Harlem Warlords. Wow, Die Hard, which arguably is one of the biggest films in the world at that time.
Right.
So they knew what they had to do. I got a call. And so basically it ended up coming down to a choice between myself and Savion Glover, who I love.
What?
Really? Yeah.
Get out of here.
They read Savion for Eddie.
Oh my God.
I've never heard that story, Darius.
I never knew that.
But once again, back to God's plan. I just went in there with this authenticity. As I tried to approach every role that I'm blessed to touch with a piece of me. And it was just me being authentic. And Aunt Chip, once again, she coached me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is Jana Kramer from Wind Down with Jana Kramer. Instead of giving your mom something that fades, give her something that becomes part of her home this Mother's Day. The Lennox Spice Village is a set of 24 hand-painted little houses that are actually spice jars, perfect for anyone who loves to cook, entertain, or enjoy the little details that make everyday life special. As a mom, I love gifts that help turn ordinary moments into memories. Charming, timeless, and meant to be used, this is one of those pieces she'll treasure. And once you see it, you'll want it for your own home too. Find the full collection at lennox.com/spicevillage.
This is Jacob Goldstein from What's Your Problem? When you buy business software from lots of vendors, the costs add up and it gets complicated and confusing. Odoo solves this. It's a single company that sells a suite of enterprise apps that handles everything from accounting to inventory to sales. Odoo is all connected on a single platform in a simple and affordable way. You can save money without missing out on the features you need. Check out Odoo at odoo.com. That's odoo.com.
Support for the show comes from Public, the investing platform for those who take it seriously. On Public, you can build a multi-asset portfolio of stocks, bonds, options, crypto, and now generated assets, which allow you to turn any idea into an investable index with AI. It all starts with your prompt. From renewable energy companies with high free cash flow to semiconductor suppliers growing revenue over 20% year over year, you can literally type any prompt and put the AI to work. It screens thousands of stocks, builds a one-of-a-kind index, and lets you backtest it against the S&P 500. Then you can invest in a few clicks. Generated assets are like ETFs with infinite possibilities, completely customizable and based on your thesis, not someone else's. Go to public.com/podcast and earn an uncapped 1% bonus when you transfer your portfolio. That's public.com/podcast. Paid for by Public Investing. Brokerage services by Open to the Public Investing Inc. Member FINRA and SIPC. Advisory services by Public Advisors LLC, SEC registered advisor. Generated assets is an interactive analysis tool. Output is for informational purposes only and is not an investment recommendation or advice. Complete disclosures available at public.com/disclosures.
You ever get the feeling the city walls closing in, the concrete jungle suffocating your soul? You crave wide open spaces, the chance to connect with nature, maybe chase some elk, fish a private stream. Well, listen up. There's a whole world out there, and finding your own piece of it just got easier. Head over to land.com. They've got ranches, forests, mountains, you name it. Search by acreage, location, the kind of hunting or fishing you dream of. Land.com. It's where the adventure begins.
It never happens at a good time. The pipe bursts at midnight. The heater quits on the coldest night. Suddenly, you're overwhelmed. That's when HomeServe is here. For $4.99 a month, you're never alone. Just call their 24/7 hotline and a local pro is on the way. Trusted by millions, HomeServe delivers peace of mind when you need it most. For plans starting at just $4.99 a month, go to homeserve.com. That's homeserve.com. Not available everywhere. Most plans range between $4.99 to $11.99 a month your first year. Terms apply on covered repairs.
So listen.
Yes.
How do you think childhood fame impacted you?
Well, childhood fame for me was different, Kels, because I was able to see my dad. I had my mama, and my dad had been through so much in the industry. My family, the McCrary's,
right?
That group, they had been through so much. I mean, you got to remember, that was my family singing on "Keep the Faith," singing on "Will You Be There" from Michael Jackson, the Dangerous album, "Man in the Mirror." I mean, like I was around that like my whole life. If it wasn't me, it was me with my daddy somewhere.
Yeah.
Right.
So
and Howard McCrary had his own rep, and I just want to say just a little bit about him. He was talented. I mean, this boy could sing. Oh my God. He was a very accomplished vocalist and arranger. He worked with Shaka Khan, Stevie Wonder, Quincy Jones, Earth, Wind, and Fire. And this is something that we love finding out. He was also the voice of one of the California Raisins during that campaign. I love that. But, I mean, you just came from such a vocally rich background. It was just amazing.
Would you think that he's probably had the biggest impact on you as an entertainer?
Absolutely. And as a man, the older I get, the more I understand my father, my dad, and what he went through and what he had to do as an entertainer, as a Black man in this business. And what it took to be a musician to support 5 people, which is something that's almost impossible today because the music industry is just so disrespectful and in so many ways, on so many levels. I mean, you got to be a million streams, you make $5,000. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
But back then, going through a period where music became synthesized and then a lot of people taking credit for his work. Because
unfortunately,
because back then it was completely different. So I think that me watching all of this and growing up and seeing it and being with him, I mean, I've had experiences with Stevie Wonder, with Diana Ross, because of my daddy, just showing up at a session. It definitely impacted me and influenced me. I mean, once again, when you have a purpose touched by God and given to you from a higher power, you're able to tap into something that's in you and you're guided. It comes through you, not to you. And so watching my dad and seeing that and his talent, definitely is part of the reason why I've been able to stay grounded in music and to be able to continue to not compete with anyone other than myself.
Right. But I did want to ask you, because you had done such powerful roles by the time, what were you, 11 when you did the show?
Yeah.
We were 11.
We were 11
when
years
we
old.
first got the show.
Wait, if I was 11, she was 12 because she's older than me.
By 1 month.
Don't even try it. Even I know that.
Cut it out.
Happy birthday, by the way.
Yeah, don't try to clean it up now.
That's why you need to call me Miss Kelly.
Oh, Miss Kelly.
Miss Jackson.
Miss Jackson, if you're nasty.
Miss Kelly from now on.
Uh-oh. Back to the show.
Right.
Now, your role on Family Matters were, well, let's just put it politely, you were not the brightest bulb on the tree, so to speak.
I was not. No.
Did you go in really being able to just tap into that? I mean, did you feel some kind of way about it? Did you ever have issue with it? Because you were excellent. I've always been told that it's hard to play stupid when you're smart. Did you ever want Eddie to be different? Like, we know Jaleel wanted at some point for his character to be Stefan. He wanted to be cool and all of that.
Right.
But coming into it, did you find that difficult to make that transition?
I kind of did find it difficult to make that transition. But my mom at one point actually had a conversation with the producers about it.
Really?
Because of the fact that I did feel some kind of way about a Black young man.
Well, you were a kid. You hadn't quite made manhood at 11. Come on, boy.
No, but
he was born full grown like Athena. What Greek god came out full grown?
He's straight tripping up in here.
So he was a complete adult at probably about 13 or 12 years old.
You know what? I did. I mean, I know you all both remember some of the older young ladies that I was blessed to hang out with. I've had some amazing.
But that's all you dated. If you ain't have an AARP card, he wasn't interested.
But back to the show.
Go on.
That was a difficult role for you to play, but you played it so well. It didn't seem like it.
Well, you know what? My thing has always been with any role that I'm doing, just lean into it. Lean into it.
Absolutely.
And commit to it, and that's the only way that it's going to be real. It's going to be authentic, that people are going to be able to relate to it, because we got to remember that, there's something very medicinal about what we do.
Laughter is good medicine.
Laughter is good medicine. Even in drama-based projects, there's an authenticism that when you provide it, people can escape into that. I mean, you got like Mississippi Burning. That was a very impactful and important piece based on the fact that it was true. It was so true that then people didn't even want the movie filmed in Philadelphia, Mississippi, where the murders happened.
Right.
And let's be real. Let's be all the way real. If there weren't 2 Jewish young men who died with that young black man, the murders probably never would have been solved to this day.
That's true. It's absolutely true.
So
still true today.
Yeah, it's still true today.
I said more things change, the more they stay the same.
Look, let's just keep it real. I mean, I'm sure we're going to talk about this. I just went through a situation in Oakland County, Michigan that's riddled with racism and bias. Riddled with it. Like, I've been trying to deal with this situation and handle things where my son is concerned and what's in his best interest all of this time. And now you penalizing me for not only being a black man,
but a successful, well-known,
black man who happens to be a father.
Well, luckily for us, you got great bounce back.
Right.
When I see people out in public and they say ignorant stuff to me, or when I see stuff online, at this point, because you really don't know me like that and you don't know my story, you're going to take what you get, because there is another side of me and I'm pretty quick with it. You don't know what nobody goes through to take care of their family or what real family matters is. And it's so much.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
sometimes people don't want to form an opinion or don't want to change theirs.
My thing is this: everything that I'm doing right now is not only for my son. It's not about me, but it's for all of these people, these young men who come up without fathers in their life, without direction. There's so many of them who don't have what I had. Even though my parents, they divorced after 20 plus years of marriage, they didn't stay together for whatever reason. My mother made sure my father was in my life to be there to guide me. And then having the external forces like yourself, Auntie, like Reggie on his interview, he talked about being able to be father. He's fathered so many people. Kelly, you're America's sister. I've had people tell me, folks that ain't black people, be like, yo, you my big brother. Being in that position, Auntie, you are Auntie.
I've raised half of America.
You raised that for real though,
Yeah, I know. I mean, I don't think I'll ever get away from that. And it's something that I'm really very proud of, because I've seen the impact. Especially with this podcast, we've been able to see the kind of impact it has on fans, just regular people, not just, the people that we know and all of that. So it's been really great that way. I want to ask you, when you were doing the show, did you ever have any idea that it was going to be as long lasting as it was? I mean, for me, I don't think it was a surprise. But did you think that you were going to be there 9 years later? Did you ever feel like, Lord, let me out of here. I'm ready to do something else. How did you feel about that? I mean, it's something to be proud of, first of all. But I mean, I know as a young'un, you can think about things a little differently.
Well, no, when I saw you, when I saw Rosetta, when I saw Reggie, when I saw Jo Marie, I knew that we had something special. When I saw all of our chemistry, when Kelly and I began to interact the way that we did, I knew that we had something special and that we were going to be around. I also knew that we would go through some changes, and there were some things that we would have to work through.
Like what?
Well, no.
That's put very nicely.
Well, no. Show business is cold. And let's be for real. Yeah. I think everybody was shocked when Jamie didn't come back that season.
Oh, my gosh.
Everybody was shocked when your babies were taken from you, because there was 2 little babies. There was Julius and the twins. And we came back and the Wright brothers were gone, and it was Bright.
And he's 3 and looked totally different than they did. But they said that they cast him because he reminded them of Yo Fobro JD, my son. And that was their explanation. I don't know about all that, but that's what they told me. But we have talked about this all throughout the season, just how much this cast felt like a family.
Yeah.
To finish answering your question, I knew that once our chemistry kicked in, and then you can't talk about this show without talking about the genius of Jaleel White. Once Jaleel came in and did what he did, That's my brother. Like, I mean, like Jay, he don't, and I feel like he don't get enough credit for it. I mean, that dude, he had something special. And when he came
We've
with
given
that,
him props on this podcast, I must say, because it was wonderful going back to the beginning and watching him, because you forget just how talented he was.
that's what I mean.
And is.
That's what I mean by that. I don't think people, the audience, I love y'all. Okay. I mean, y'all are amazing. We couldn't do what we do without y'all support, but y'all don't know the practice that we have to put into what we do. Y'all don't know the dedication and the sacrifice. And you're not supposed to know the hours that Kobe put in the gym. You're supposed to just go to the game and see it.
Be entertained.
But I feel like you are supposed to respect what it took for him to get there.
Yeah.
But I think, especially more so than you, his character became such a thing that it typecast him, and in people's minds, that was a hard thing for them to break. You know, it still is, I think.
Well, for Sean too, because that was another one. Those little elements.
Yeah.
I mean, Waldo. I mean, come on, Sean's one of the smartest guys I know. But talk about playing dumb. And I think that's part of, you asked me a question earlier about the dumb. I think that they gave that to Sean, and Sean took some of that off of me. You know, Eddie still wasn't the brightest bulb on the tree, but still, I didn't have to play the dumb jock, you know, anymore, because Sean was there to shoulder that. So that was the thing about that cast. We truly are legends. I mean, for what we did, because that workload, that ain't no punk.
That's true.
We spent so much time together. What was your feeling when the show ended? Because your career took off in another way, but how did you feel when it was over?
Let me say this. There were a lot of roles that I missed out on because of that show. Okay.
Yeah.
There was a lot of sacrifice.
Because we had a schedule.
We had a schedule. There were certain things that if I would have done, it probably would have put me in a whole different hemisphere. But it was that important to me to be there for us. So I looked past a lot of things. And so when the show ended, it was like a certain part of my life was over. And I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I missed not even going to work, but seeing you all every day and being able to be there. Even until when you had done your other show.
Yeah, with the fabulous Cindy Williams.
But you were still there, so we could still go see you on that bass lot.
And I came back.
And you came back.
Yeah,
it was amazing what we were doing. So to have that part of your life. And then I'm going to say something else, since we're being candid. Then the fact that we as Blacks don't get the opportunity to come back and to do other things and move like that, until you've been able to maneuver through that, I mean, masterfully. Really.
With the help of a lot of people in the business, though. Right. I mean, a lot of relationships have really carried me a long way. Yeah. And you have that too. And like I said, you are a badass when it comes to acting. I'm sorry. I don't care whether it's drama or dramedy or comedy or musical or whatever. Were you ready for that? Were you ready for it to be over? Not discounting the fact that you would miss the people, but were you kind of ready to like step out and do something different at that point when the show ended?
I was ready. I was ready to spread my wings. But thinking of all the cast through the years and how connected we all really were. I wasn't ready. And still are. I knew that we would always be connected, and we had each other in so many ways. I mean, just like recently, the unexpected death of my cousin Corey, and you guys were some of the first phone calls I made. I called you, Kelly, until you called me.
Because Kelly called me as soon as she found out. Yeah.
I hit Jaleel. Jaleel, I called him and he FaceTimed me because he wanted to see my face, to make sure that was good. Sean, that's how tight that we still are. Rest in peace, Kiki Shepard. I've been talking to Reggie and calling him to make sure that Reggie's okay. So I knew that I would be able to do other things, and it was time to grow. And I knew that we wouldn't, but that's how tight we are still.
Yeah,
like
very much so. Well, before you leave, we want to hit you with a few rapid fire questions. Cool. Kelly, you want to start?
Yes. Do you have a favorite episode of Family Matters?
I do. My favorite episode of Family Matters was Rock and Roll. Winslow, was it Rock and Roll? Winslow?
That was this episode. It's called Rock Video.
I just love that episode because people don't know this, but my dad actually did the music for that episode.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, my dad.
You did?
Yeah, that was my dad.
I did not know that.
That whole song, that was my dad. I remember he sequenced the whole thing. He played all those instruments. That was my dad. And it was so cool watching it. And then I just loved your vocals on that. And it was like, wow, that was one of the first episodes, I think, where you sang.
Maybe.
So it was so cool. I thought that was really smart the way they did it. And it was a great storyline. It was just great. Yeah.
Rapid fire.
I knew she was going to get on my head. I knew it. That's why I cut my answer. Yes, sister.
All right. So in this episode, we also saw your dance moves.
Yes.
Is your old ass still able to move?
I'm going to answer you the way Michael Jackson answered TMZ when they asked him, why would I not?
Because you almost 50.
Well, let me add to that. Let me add to that answer.
50 years old.
Let me add to that answer. I passed that mantle to Zoe. My daughter Zoe is the dancer in the family. So
baby.
I don't have to.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have to anymore.
Okay.
Zoe got it.
So cute.
I love it.
But I want Zoe to take note of this interview. You heard them talk about my dance skills, Zoe.
Yes, you have some skills now.
I did a death drop for her the other day, and I'm still in pain.
Oh, wow.
Well, if I had done it, I'd still be on the floor. So at least you got up.
Oh, yeah. We do go on.
Yes.
So who was your favorite guest star on the show and why?
That's a great question. My favorite guest star on the show was Christophe St. John. Rest in peace.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that was my brother from another mother. He was just so amazing. And he is also a child actor as well. He's a fellow child actor.
Do you know he was on Tony, Orlando, and Dawn when he was 9 years old?
Wow.
Yes, he was a guest star.
He was such an amazing man. One of my best friends, but peace and props to Christophe St. John. Vivica Fox, too, was one of my favorites.
Definitely.
So, if you were to sit down to dinner with 15-year-old Darius McCrary, what would you tell him?
I would tell 15-year-old Darius McCrary to learn the word no and use it more than any other word in his vocabulary and be happy about saying it.
I love that answer. What are you passionate about?
I'm passionate about life.
Besides your kids.
Oh, my kids, yeah. But I'm passionate about life.
All right.
Because I feel that life is a canvas that is given to us to illustrate direction for those who are coming behind us.
Oh, baby. I tell you this all the time. I've never met anybody who has lived life as fully as you. I love that.
No, I do. Whenever you say it to me, it inspires me when I hear it because I'm like, I'm just living. I'm not trying to do it. I'm like, what do you mean? But when you say that to me, I'm like, wow. I mean, and the fact that it comes from you, that really means a lot. And it inspires me to just keep moving that way.
Yeah.
One of my favorite books was given to me by my dad, the prophet Khalil Gibran said, our children live in the house of tomorrow, which you can't visit even in your dreams.
Wow.
So if I can't go there, I got to at least show you that
it exists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I feel like we do that by living and giving.
Baby, you be serious about the living part. I'll give you that.
That part.
Any upcoming projects you want to tell us about?
There's quite a few things that I'm working on, and I really can't speak on them, but they're amazing. I will say that music biopics are my passion. I love horror films.
Okay.
Yeah, I love horror films.
So another Sinners?
There's something close to it. We got something in post-production now. It's called Apageddon. And it was a very interesting project. It's an independent film. Shout out to all independent filmmakers. Speaking of Sinners.
Absolutely.
Low key, high key. That was like on the independent tip. Ryan, you've done some amazing things. And there's so many amazing independent filmmakers. Man Robinson, we got a project called Forever My Lady that's coming up. That I worked with this amazing filmmaker who's one of my partners in this whole thing that we're doing, Man Robinson, and Tori Hart, who's really going to surprise you.
Yes.
Yeah, she's great.
I imagine you've got some projects that are coming up that Kelly and I will be in, so I won't ask you what they are. I'll just look forward to them.
Hell yeah. You better know it. Absolutely. And T, I'll be calling you to get Kelly on board because, it's kind of hard to get her. She's always been your favorite. I know it. It's okay. She's always been your favorite.
I have.
Okay.
Deal with it.
Stick a fork in me. I'm done.
We were so grateful to have you on here and how much we love you. Not us just telling us. We want to know that you can feel it.
All day.
You know that?
All day, every day. All day, every day.
No matter what, we love you.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I love you guys.
We've been talking about you all season, so we were just glad to make this happen.
I got to tell you, people were dying to have you on the show. They kept asking when you were going to be on the show and if you were going to be on the show. And so we are so happy to be able to bring, for our last show of the season, your fabulous self, honey. We love you. We're so proud of you. And we wish, of course, nothing but the best. And we'll be seeing each other. We have not managed to lose each other in 40 years. It ain't going to start now. So
That's right.
we love you.
I love you more. Couldn't and wouldn't imagine doing this life thing without either one of you guys. And I'm glad I don't have to. Thank you guys so much for just being there for me as a human being. I love you guys.
Thank you for spending time with us. It's great to see you. It's great to see that you are good. And you can always call us if you're not. Okay?
Thank you, Auntie.
All right, baby. Love you.
Answer the phone, fool.
Yes, Miss Kelly.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, guys, it's that time. We love talking to you and hearing from you, so we're going to go listen to another voicemail.
Hello, Thelma and Kelly. Love you guys, love the podcast. And I just wanted to say that I largely credit winning my wife over to the dynamics of Steve Urkel and Laura Winslow. When every time someone asks me about us and how we started, I always start by saying, I was Steve Urkel and she was Laura Winslow. She didn't give me the time of the day. I had to win her over. Come March 30th, we'll be married for 30 years. And, I really credited the show because it really gave me the map to how to stay the course and be persistent in winning the girl of your dreams, to wait for them to start to see you in a different light. It showed me that maybe I needed to tweak myself a little bit and show a little bit of a different side that I had that she didn't know that I had.
Well, George, this is Aunt Rachel. I just want to say congratulations on 30 years. That means you've been married almost as long as we've been on the air. So even though you didn't mention my name, I'm going to take some credit for it anyway. But Kelly, what do you want to say?
Well, listen, honey.
Miss Inspiration.
I know. I'm thinking by the way you macking on this phone call, I thought you was more of the Stefan Urkel than Steve Urkel. You sound like you was macking. I don't know what your wife was thinking about or what Laura was thinking about, but you sound like a smooth dude to me. So congratulations on your 30th anniversary. And I am so happy that we were a part of your love story. Well, Thelma, can you believe it? We made it to the end of season 1.
Honestly, I can't believe it. I mean, this has been a brand new experience. I got to say, I was not that enthused about doing a podcast when it was brought to us. But I've got to say, as skeptical as I was, it's been one of the most rewarding things, I think, because there's so many different elements that I didn't think about. Just so many things that I've enjoyed about it. And getting a chance to interact with our audience, with our old cast members, producers, all of that.
That's so funny because I think we differ here. When I even thought about the opportunity to get a chance to be in your orbit again and to soak up all of the love and remember the good times and do all the stuff that we used to do and cut up, I was super excited. And this whole experience, it didn't disappoint. I was looking forward to it, and it was better than I had even imagined.
Yeah, it was definitely better than I thought. It's so much fun to do it with somebody you love and with somebody you know so well. And it also gave us a chance to kind of catch up with each other in a different kind of way, which I just really enjoyed.
What was your favorite part?
Being with you. I mean, just having that, like I said, it's not that we were ever out of touch, but to have a reason to be in touch on a regular basis was just sweet to me.
I think I don't know if I was expecting to have so much fun with people who watched the show, them calling in with their personal stuff or their stories about the show and how much, how they interacted with the show and to see how it kind of resonated with the viewers.
Yeah.
That has been so cool to me. I think that's the best part of our show is
I agree with
breaking the fourth wall and being able to experience something together with people who weren't taping the show with us, but they had they had a great experience just like us. We had a good time doing this.
Yeah, and people had a good time watching us. I mean, we were really a part of the fabric of life during that period of time. And something that I remember someone telling me that I don't even invite my relatives over, but I invite you all over every week.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that was such a compliment. And I do feel like I raised half of America. I mean, it's been 40 plus years now.
Yeah.
That the show has been on. That is insane. I couldn't even believe it when we got to 35. So
crazy. Before
we wrap up season 1, I want to give a special shout out to our producers, J.D. Hopkins, who is my son and Kelly's faux bro, and to Adam Rip for their fantastic idea to do this podcast and for making it happen. JD, why don't you get on the mic and say hi? You've been just railing at us this whole season, so it's time for you.
Hello, America. We want to thank you for listening to our podcast. Tell all your friends. Get more listeners. This is a fantastic show, and we're just so blessed and thankful to have you guys along. And all you Vanessas, we're still awaiting those calls and letters.
Lord have mercy.
All the fine Vanessas?
All the fine Vanessas.
Yes.
Okay. You notice he's using his real deep radio voice.
My radio voice.
He's got a little radio voice on.
Doing it big today.
We like it.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Just in case there's somebody that needs a commercial out there done, we have the voice for you.
Yes. We also want to thank our brother and nephew, Darius McCrary, for joining us today. He was such a great conversationalist and crazy person, as usual. And also, we want to thank all of our amazing guests this season because it was such a blast talking to you, and it was so good to reminisce and cut up like we do.
And we want to thank you, our fantastic listeners. We love that you love the podcast because we love bringing it to you. And it's so great to get to hear from you when you leave voicemails and comments on our social media. The most magical part of the podcast is connecting with you all, and it touches our hearts that we get to be even a small part of your lives and hopefully a bigger part of your lives next season.
I don't know if you want to be, but you're a part of our family now. Okay? And we want to do something very special to thank you. The music video contest from this episode gave us some ideas, and we're holding a little contest of our own. Here's how it works. Make sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms. The links to all those places are in the show notes, or you can just search Welcome to the Family Podcast and you'll find us.
Now, we're going to post a link to a little pop quiz on our socials. The quiz will have some questions about season 1 of the podcast. If you listened, you'll know all the answers. If you get all the answers on the quiz right, you'll be entered to win a very special prize. Kelly, you know, I've been purging all season and still there are gremlins putting stuff back. I don't understand what's going on there. But when I was rummaging through a closet in my house, I came across an original, very vintage piece of Family Matters merch from back when we were shooting the show. So I was thinking, what better to do with it than give it to one of our incredible fans or give them an opportunity to have this little piece of Family Matters history? One lucky fan will come away with this sweet Family Matters swag. And Kelly and I will even sign it because we can both write. Make sure you follow us on all our social media and look out for that link. We'll pick a winner soon, so make sure you get your submission in.
Well, I think that just about covers it for the season.
Aw, I'm going to miss talking to you all the time. Well, I'll call you anyway.
Right.
We'll see you all soon. And in the meantime, go back and listen to all 23 episodes we recorded this season. And look out for more bonus content coming out soon. And cut. Welcome to the Family with Telma and Kelly is a production of iHeart Podcasts and Audiation. It's hosted by me, Telma Hopkins.
And me, Kelly Williams.
Our executive producers are Sandy Smallins for Audiation, Adam Rip, J.D. Hopkins, who also happens to be my son and Kelly's faux bro, and Jonathan Strickland for iHeart Podcasts.
The show is produced by Telma and I, but our series producer is Ireland Meacham, and our theme song's lyrics were written by J.D. Hopkins and Adam Rip. The theme song was scored and mixed by Matt Noble, who's also our series mixer.
And we'd like to thank Nikki Etour and the entire iHeart Podcast team. Thank you, thank you, thank you
Follow us on Instagram at Welcome to the Family Pod for behind-the-scenes photos.
And don't forget to leave us a voicemail at our website, thefamilymatterspod.com. We want to hear your thoughts and favorite memories of the show. And let us know if you need advice, because we're good for some bad advice. We might be able to help you with your own family matters.
And make sure to rate and review us wherever you're listening. We are so excited to have you guys along for the ride.
Yes, welcome to the family, y'all. And we'll see you next time. Welcome to the family.
Audiation.
This is Jacob Goldstein from What's Your Problem? Business software is expensive. And when you buy software from lots of different companies, it's not only expensive, it gets confusing, slow to use, hard to integrate. Odoo solves that because all Odoo software is connected on a single affordable platform. Save money without missing out on the features you need. Odoo has no hidden costs and no limit on features or data. Odoo has over 60 apps available for any needs your business might have, all at no additional charge. Everything from websites to sales to inventory to accounting, all linked and talking to each other. Check out Odoo at odoo.com. That's odoo.com.
This episode is brought to you by Bobcat. They started the compact equipment industry through grit, determination, and a whole lot of think we can't do that? Watch us. They set standards, broke records, empowered people to build bigger and higher, to dig deeper, to make the impossible possible. We've all been there, with doubters telling us what we can't do. Who cares what they think? We don't need their permission or forgiveness. We just get things done. So go ahead and doubt me, judge me, challenge me. But when the time comes, watch me. Bobcat.
You ever get the feeling the city walls closing in, the concrete jungle suffocating your soul? You crave wide open spaces, the chance to connect with nature, maybe chase some elk, fish a private stream. Well, listen up. There's a whole world out there, and finding your own piece of it just got easier. Head over to land.com. They've got ranches, forest, mountains, you name it. Search by acreage, location, the kind of hunting or fishing you dream of. Land.com. It's where the adventure begins.
You know that feeling when a story just grabs you and won't let go? That's the kind of drama that's waiting for you on Disney Plus Hulu. Mysterious post-apocalyptic thrillers like the acclaimed Hulu original, Paradise. Action-adventure dramas like Daredevil Born Again. And iconic medical dramas like Grey's Anatomy. Or maybe you want your drama with a side of comic relief with shows like High Potential. Find the drama you want on Disney Plus and Hulu with a bundle subscription. Terms apply.
We spend so much time of our lives switched on. Scrolling, multitasking, reacting. Miraval Resorts is an invitation to unplug and be present. For over 30 years, Miraval has been a global leader in mindfulness and well-being, helping people reconnect to what matters, body, mind, and spirit. Through meditation, yoga, time in nature, equine experiences, and moments designed for true presence, Miraval offers practical tools you can carry into everyday life. Miraval meets you where you are and supports wellness that actually lasts. Discover more by visiting miravalresorts.com.
This is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed Human.